Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video we're going to get started running our first Kotlin program, and I'm going to be showing you how to set up IntelliJ IDEA and creating a new project where we can get started working with Kotlin. So open up your IntelliJ and it's very simple. As I said, once it's finished installing, just double click on the shortcut on your desktop or run it from whatever your location you've stored it at. Now once it opens this page, what you're going to do is just hit create new project. If you haven't created a project already, this is the screen you should get. So create new project. All right, it's going to open up a window, and here we are. So it's going to open the first menu. It's going to open up is Java, and you just want to stick to that. Now it's going to show you some additional libraries and framework. All right, so in here you just want to select Kotlin Java. Just make sure that's ticked, and that's all we need to do right now. So just make sure you hit Kotlin Java. Now when looking up here, we have something called the project SDK. Now remember, we installed the Java JDK and we gave it a location. It's under your program files and the Java folder. So if you don't see any Java version right here, you basically want to go into new and you want to browse to that directory. So I said it's in your C drive where your Windows is installed, in your program files, and all the way down to where your Java folder exists, and you just want to select your JDK folder. It's as simple as that. So mine is already selected, so I don't really need to do that. So again, make sure Java Kotlin is ticked right here, not Java JavaScript, Java Kotlin, and just leave everything else as it is and hit next. And you want to obviously give it a name. So we're going to start with first, let's call it first project. All right, and I'm going to store it on my desktop. I'm going to give it a new folder. I'm going to call it a new folder. I'm going to call it Kotlin. Let's call it the Kotlin class. And I'm just going to create a new folder inside the Kotlin class. I suggest you guys do this as well. I'm going to call it first project. All right, and I'm going to save it in there. Again, you can save it in any folder, but I recommend that you guys actually do it in a much organized way that will suit you. So I'm going to save mine in my desktop in a folder called the Kotlin class in the first project folder. So just hit OK. I'm going to save it basically, as you can see over there. You can save it wherever you want, and I'm going to hit finish, and it should start up the IntelliJ IDEA editor. Again, this will start up depending on the speed and the performance of your computer. So if you have a fast computer, this will load faster. If you have a slow computer, don't worry, it'll still end up loading for you. So it's going to open up this editor, and you're going to see some pretty weird stuff if this is your first time using IntelliJ. And I want you guys to just calm down and just relax. Don't be overwhelmed by these editors. They're really just there to make your programming experience a lot easier. So let it just complete indexing the files as it's saying down here. And once it's done, we can actually get started and I can explain the structure of how a Kotlin program works. So once that's done, it's basically going to be it's going to leave you to it, and you can basically get started. So up here we have the project. You have your project browser where you can basically browse the folders that are currently in your project folder. And here you have the editor section where you edit your code, and I'll get to that. So you just want to open this, and it's going to show you some very weirdly named files. And again, don't be bothered by this. It's going to show you an idea. Don't touch that, and it's going to show you your SRC folder. Now your SRC folder is where all your Kotlin classes will go into. So for those of you who don't know what classes are, class is a collection of functions, and you may be asking yourself, what is a function? Well, a function basically performs a specific task, and we'll get into that once I'm explaining the basics of programming. Now again, your SRC will store your Java classes or your Kotlin classes in this case. So you just want to right click on this to create a Kotlin class, and you just want to go to new. All right, and you'll see something here called the Kotlin class. You want to open that up, and it's going to ask you for a name. So let's give it a name. Let's call it hello world. Let's begin with something as simple as that. You guys can name it whatever you want again, and just hit OK, right? And once you hit OK, it's going to create the Kotlin class, and it's going to give you some commentation. So it's going to say created by your username on the date created. All right. If you get a notification like this telling you to update Kotlin, please do so. I'm not going to do mine right now. I'm going to do it a bit later. So basically, you just want to get rid of this comment file unless you need it, which I doubt. Now, this is basically your Kotlin class, and you can basically start writing code here. Now, as I said, this is a class, and that means the class contains functions. Now in Kotlin, we basically create a function by writing fun. Pretty fun. That's a function. So fun is a function, and we're going to use the abbreviation main. This is the main function in the class which we created here, which is hello world. So function main. All right. And once we have the function main, we're going to open brackets. All right. And we're going to say args, which are arguments. I'll explain what this basically means. And we're going to say array. All right. And it's going to give you code suggestions. These are basically suggestions here that are trying to help you make basically saving your time. We're going to open some equality brackets right there, and we're going to type in string. All right. And we're just going to go over to the end after the brackets and open two curly braces. Now in the curly braces, you just want to expand one of them. Just hit enter, and there you have it. This is basically your Kotlin function. Now everything that you want to do basically comes right in here. So let me explain what this function basically stands for. So you have your function, which is fun main, which for some of you who have done, or I don't know how many of you have actually done programming, main is basically the function that is first executed when you run a program. So this will run first, and it's going to say args, which are arguments. You don't really need to know what this section means right here. This is quite advanced stuff that we will get to soon. And just know that this is a function, and in the function you can basically do whatever you want to do. So in this case, we want to print out hello world. So it's very simple in Kotlin. All you have to do is just hit print, all right, and open brackets, and basically open the speech marks, and just hit hello world. And basically what this will do is will print hello world. Now I will get to basically printing a single line in a few seconds. So once this is done, all you want to do is hit Control Save. All right, if you're running Windows, or you could just go here and hit Save All. You can go to File and hit Save All. And what you do is just right click in your editor and just hit Run. And it's going to run this program. And hopefully, if we have done everything right so far, it should tell us that we have actually printed the words hello world. So let this run. It's going to start building. Of course, this is the first time we are basically running this compiler. So it will take a few seconds, but hopefully this gets faster as we continue increasing the code. So there we are. It's going to open this console, and it's going to print hello world. So there we are, guys. That's basically how to run your first Kotlin program and how to basically make it say something. Now, again, if I was to basically just print another sentence right here, hello world, say welcome to Kotlin, all right, and I was to basically save this, so Control S, and I was to run this, it would basically, as you'll see, basically right now it'll take a short amount of time to compile this code. What you would see is it would basically print it on the same line. Now if you don't want that, all you have to do is just basically print, and after you just want to hit print ln, all right, and that basically means print line, and that will print hello world on its own single individual line, and will not conjoin to this second statement right here. So basically what print line means, it's printing a sentence on its own, and it wants anything that is going to be printed after that to be printed below this. So if we Control Save this and we run this, it should hopefully say hello world on one line and print welcome to Kotlin on the other. And there you have it. It's as simple as that. Very, very simple programming language to grasp. And that's basically it for this video. I hope this has been very, very interesting and engaging for you guys. If you have any questions, let me know in the Q&A section of the course. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.